Hello, and welcome to the University of South Carolina Faculty Dashboard demonstration. My name is Kevin Protzman, and I'm joined by Musa Azeem, Muhammad Tukhtasunov, Savannah Noblitt, and Mitchell Jonker. Together, we are K3MS, and we're going to walk you through our web application.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Tukhtasunov, and I'll talk a little about what problem our web app solves. Currently, there isn't any software that allows USC department heads to seamlessly gather data to view student evaluations and research information for their faculty. Our web app addresses this by providing a platform that facilitates easy access to this information. It also provides insights for improvement based on various factors such as student feedback for a course and how others who teach it are doing. To summarize, we facilitate efficient monitoring and decision-making for department heads while also providing a platform for faculty to monitor their own work and to continuously improve.
My name is Savannah Noblitt, and I'm going to go over more on the purpose, specifically how do they do things now. In respect to gathering of data, student evaluation responses are collected from the students and then transformed into a long and messy Excel sheet, which is often unusable. At the end of each academic year, faculty members are expected to submit a form which tracks their lab's income in the form of grants and their lab's expenses in the form of expenditures. And as of now, publications are not consistently tracked. These various channels are extremely frustrating for the faculty that's submitting the data as well as the faculty that's collecting the data. In respect to viewing of data, each type of data, so the student evaluations, grants, expenditures, and what publications are available, have to be viewed individually, often on different platforms such as Excel, Coursera, Google Forms, or Google Scholar, which is just extremely time-consuming and tedious since the data is not aggregated into one location. And in respect to analysis of data, it is often done using simple Excel functions for one faculty member at a time, and it makes it extremely hard to compare data, such as past year's data to this year's data, or one faculty member's data to another faculty member's data, and it can just be very time-consuming and tedious also. And there is no specific way for faculty members to easily view their evaluation performance in a direct comparison to their peers.
Hi there, I'm Mitchell Jonker, and I'll be sharing the purpose of our web app, and specifically what it's meant to do. Our application will ease the process by which department heads can access aggregated data for more personalized performance analysis. Additionally, it will provide professors and instructors with full access to their own information and that of the people that work below them. It will also provide professors and instructors with limited, censored access to that of their peers to see where they stand.
Hello, my name is Musa Azeem, and I will be giving you a very brief overview of the technologies we used to develop our app. Our web app is split into three primary components: the backend, frontend, and database. The backend was developed in Python using the Flask microframework. Flask was chosen to seamlessly integrate with Python modules to process and analyze required data. The frontend was developed in React.js. In addition to the efficient development made possible through React, JavaScript's integration with the Plotly library was very useful in creating dynamic and interactive plots for the user. Lastly, MySQL was chosen to use as a database. MySQL is a robust and widely used relational database management system that supports all major required features for an app such as this one. Now we will go into the demo of our application. Welcome to the demo portion of our app. You can see here I'm on the account of Johnny Test, who is our chair of the CSCE department. And he starts here off on the dashboard. But just to start off his morning, the first thing he's going to do is check on research information about his faculty. So he heard that Preston might have uploaded some new information, so he wants to check that out. And he sees here that the last grant he uploaded was from 2023, so he's still waiting on him to upload the new stuff, but that should be in soon. And here you can see his new publications. And then he's going to go to expenditures and look at his last year's research expenditures, and he sees that it's a little bit high this year, so he's going to have to take a note of that and maybe talk to him later. The next thing Mr. Test is going to do is upload the new evaluations from the semester. So he goes to this tab and he chooses an Excel sheet containing all the evaluations for the past semester, and he's going to upload that file and wait for it to process. Okay, he notices that some rows had already existed in the database, so he's going to override those rows with the new information. Okay, so now all the new data has been uploaded, so now he wants to go to team assessments to see an overview of how the professors are performing in all their classes. So here you can see every professor and instructor in the department, and you can see their average course rating over all their courses and their average instructor rating, as well as the percentile for each. So you can go through each professor and just see overall how they're doing. And as he's scrolling through here, you might notice that Preston Presents is a little bit low on the percentile of average courses. So he's going to go to student evaluations to see maybe where he's falling short. So he scrolls through here. Maybe he searches for certain courses. He notices that this course does have a pretty low average course rating. So he's going to go to details to see some information per section for this course. So you can see here for this course he's getting some pretty bad ratings in the year 2019 in this section. So he's going to look at some other sections to see how they look. So he was doing a little bit better last year and even better before that. So it looks like there's a kind of a decline in his performance that maybe Mr. Test will look into. All right, going back to course analytics, our chair is going to look at some details for this course to see exactly what's going wrong with Preston's performance. So here you can see a distribution, and you can see that the 75th percentile of this course is a 6.8, and Preston is only getting a 3.97. So he's well below even the average, which is a 4.93. And down here you can zoom in and see more detail just how far he's lacking behind his other colleagues. You can see the same for the instructor rating, so he's doing worse on course ratings and instructor ratings. You might look at some other courses for Preston also, just to see how he's performing on those courses, and it looks like he's doing worse in other courses as well. So this is one place where Mr. Test might want to talk to his professor and make sure he's doing what he needs to do. So now before logging off, our chair needs to create a new account for the new professor that joined the team, Jonker. So he's going to go to user administration and create an account. Now he's going to create an account, and Mitchell will receive an email with a link to set his password to create his account. And now Johnny will log off.
Preston Presents, a professor at USC, wants to come on and utilize this platform. So he comes to the login page and he inputs his email and his password that are associated with his account. He clicks login. He is immediately redirected to the dashboard where he can see the grants, publications, and expenditures that he added the last time he was utilizing this platform, as well as his student evals and course analytics. Preston wants to start out by adding a new publication, so he goes over to the sidebar and clicks the Add Publication button. He inputs the information on the Add Publication form. Once he is done inputting the information, he selects Add. He is immediately redirected to the Research Info page where you can see that the publication has been added. He also wants to add an expenditure, so he goes over to the sidebar and this time chooses the Add Expenditure button. He inputs the information on the expenditure form. Once he is done inputting the information, he clicks the Add button. He is immediately redirected to the Research Info page, and as you can see at the bottom, the new expenditure for 2024 has been added. So the last time Preston was utilizing this platform, he believes that he inputted a grant that he received at the beginning of 2024, but he wants to double check. So he chooses the Grants tab right here at the top right corner on the Research Info page. And then for easy access, he inputs 2024 into the filter. He sees that no grants for 2024 are added. So he goes over to the sidebar and clicks Add Grant. And then he inputs the information on the grant form. And once he makes sure that he inputs all the information, he clicks the Add button. So then to double check that it got added and that he's not crazy, he goes to input 2024 into the filter and it pops up.
Here we can see the dashboard for Andy, who is an instructor for the CSC department. Since he's an instructor, he only has access to student evals and course analytics, which is what he uses his website for. He heard that the evals for CSE 490 were uploaded for 2023, so he goes to the student evals page to check them out. He scrolls down to find CSE 490 and clicks on details. As seen here, he only has access to his section of the course. He sees that his rating is low for this semester, so he scrolls down to see in more detail what's going on. He looks at the specific evaluation questions and their ratings. Then he looks at the semester he taught before. He notices a big drop in rating from summer 2023 to fall 2023. So he goes to course analytics to see how he compares against other professors. He minimizes the nav bar so he can focus more on the content. Then he scrolls down and finds CSE 490. He clicks the last 5 years to minimize the time. He sees that he was doing better in the last 5 years, so there must be something wrong with this specific section this year. It's worth noting that for instructors and professors like Andy, the only data that's specified is his own. Everything else is anonymized. He notices that he must do something different for next semester, and he decides that's what he will do.
I was a professor that was just recently added to the department, so I've received an email that will allow me to create my account. So let's click on the link. So here's my email and a prompt to create a password. So I'm going to go ahead and add that to the system and set password. Oh shoot, I just realized that that's not the password that I want to use. I'm enraged. I'm going to go to account settings and change my password. But first, let's log in. Let's find our way over to account settings so I can update my password. Perfect. My password has now successfully been updated. Now, I'd like to add a profile picture to my account. So right below that, I'm going to choose File here. And now that I've selected my image, I can upload. Alright, my profile picture is now showing up right here.
Johnny Test discovers that the new professor, Mitchell Jonker, lied on his resume. Jonker has promptly been fired, so Test will navigate to the User Administration tab on the side, scroll all the way down to Delete a User, and we'll go ahead and put Jonker's email in there and click Delete and Confirm to make sure that he can't access this web application again. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed our presentation and that you'll make use of this web application for years to come.